Hold on. To everyone watching this video right now, did you eat today? Chicken, grilled pork, or maybe a convenience store meal? You had something, right? What if I told you that one meal is slowly destroying the Earth, 1 second at a time? Oh great, another environment video. You're right, it is about the environment. But today is a little different. Scientists ran the numbers, and if we keep going the way we are, humanity has exactly 100 years before extinction. 100 years. The same time the children being born today will live through. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why that number exists, and you'll be able to judge for yourself whether there's actually a way to stop it. Let's get into it. First, let's establish one thing. Earth, honestly, is a planet that has survived for an incredibly long time. It's maintained its ecosystem for roughly 4 billion years, and in that time, it's been through 5 mass extinctions. What's a mass extinction, you ask? Simply put, it's when the vast majority of life on Earth disappears all at once. You know the most recent one, right? 65 million years ago. The event that wiped out every last dinosaur. A single asteroid struck the Earth, and that one impact completely eliminated 75% of all species on the planet. Dinosaurs, ammonites, pterosaurs, all gone. But the remaining 25% survived, and from that small fraction, life rebuilt itself. How long did that take? About 65 million years. Only after all that time did the world as we know it come to exist. Scientists call this era the Holocene, the most stable period in Earth's entire history. For roughly 10,000 years, Earth's temperature fluctuated by only 1 to 2 degrees. Why does that matter? Because that stability created seasons. Seasons made farming possible, and farming is what started human civilization. Everything we do right now, watching YouTube, ordering delivery, scrolling on our phones, is all built on top of that 1 to 2 degree stability. And what maintains that stability? The ecosystem. Phytoplankton in the ocean absorbs carbon. Vast rainforests regulate the atmosphere. Arctic ice reflects sunlight off its white surface to cool the entire planet. As long as this system is alive, Earth stays in balance. But right now, that system is breaking down. In 1978, the mountain gorilla population dropped to just 300. 300 animals because of human poaching. And it wasn't just gorillas facing extinction. In the 1970s, fleets of commercial whaling ships hunted the oceans in packs, and the blue whale, the largest animal on Earth, was reduced to just a few thousand individuals. In the 1930s, the global population was 2 billion. By the 1980s, 4 billion, doubled in just 50 years. Today, we're past 8 billion. Our natural predators disappeared. Most deadly diseases were conquered. So humans just kept multiplying. And the problem is, the more people, the more weight the planet has to carry. That weight fell hardest on the forests. In the 1950s, 3/4 of Borneo was covered in tropical rainforest. Today, less than half remains. The cycle is simple. Cut the trees, sell the timber, plant palm oil on the cleared land, profit again. We're cutting down 15 billion trees every year. More than half of the world's tropical rainforests have already been destroyed. And the orangutans of Borneo? Their population has dropped by 2/3 compared to 60 years ago. But what comes next is even more shocking. This isn't just a land problem. The oceans are in exactly the same situation. Humans developed the technology to find fish, to locate them, track them, and measure how many are left. At first, every net that came up was packed full of fish. Then, in what felt like no time at all, 90% of large ocean fish vanished. 90%. Now, wherever you go in the world, the nets come up empty. And when the big fish disappear, the consequences cascade. Large fish to small fish to zooplankton to phytoplankton. The entire food chain collapses. Coral turns white. Coral reefs expel the algae they depend on to survive, leaving nothing but bleached skeletons behind. When coral dies, fish lose their habitat. And when that happens, most marine life heads toward extinction. Let me put the full picture into numbers. 15 billion trees disappear every year. More than 50% of tropical rainforests have been converted to farmland. We've already overfished more than 30% of fish stocks. Wild animal populations have been cut in half. Freshwater species have declined by over 80%. 70% of all birds currently alive on Earth are chickens, ducks, and other poultry. 1/3 of the total biomass of all mammals on Earth is livestock raised by humans, and 60% of that livestock exists to be eaten. This is the actual state of our planet. Now, the carbon. The total carbon released from 200 years of burning coal and oil, it equals the amount you'd get from burning every living thing on Earth for 1 million years. 1 million years worth of carbon emitted in 2 centuries. And when you look back at the 5 previous mass extinctions, there's one thing they all had in common: a sharp spike in carbon levels. Right now, humanity is walking that same path, by choice. Earth's average atmospheric temperature has risen 1 degree Celsius compared to 80 years ago. 1 degree doesn't sound like much, does it? It is. That 1 degree has already caused 40% of Arctic summer sea ice to disappear. And when the ice is gone, there's no white surface left to reflect sunlight. The planet absorbs more heat. Temperatures rise faster. The feedback loop has already begun. And here's where a critical piece of the puzzle comes in. Here's the timeline scientists have laid out. The 2030s. The Amazon rainforest collapses into dry savanna. Water cycles shift. The Arctic has no ice in summer. The 2040s. Arctic permafrost thaws, releasing massive amounts of methane, a greenhouse gas dozens of times more potent than CO2. The rate of warming accelerates sharply. The 2050s. Rising ocean temperatures and acidification kill coral reefs across the entire planet. Most marine life faces extinction. 2080 to 2100. Former farmland becomes barren wasteland. A global food crisis hits. Earth's temperature rises 4 degrees Celsius above today's levels. 4 degrees. At that point, most of the planet becomes uninhabitable. Scientists call this scenario the 6th mass extinction. But this time, there's no asteroid. We built this ourselves. Now, I'm not going to end this video by saying, we're all doomed, thanks for watching. Because there are real solutions. And there are already places where they've worked. According to biologists, if we change our behavior right now, every species on Earth could recover to its maximum population within 100 years. Nature is more resilient than we give it credit for. Let me tell you about Palau, a tiny island nation in the Pacific. Palau's main industries are fishing and tourism. When fish populations started declining, the government made a bold decision. They banned all fishing in certain areas, entirely. Something remarkable happened. Fish populations recovered. Then they started spreading beyond the protected zones. Over time, fishermen's catches actually increased, and coral reefs that had been dead came back to life. Marine biologists say this: if just 1/3 of the world's oceans were designated as no fishing zones, it would secure enough marine resources to feed humanity forever, while preserving ocean ecosystems at the same time. Then there's Costa Rica. 100 years ago, more than 3/4 of the country was covered in forest. By the 1980s, after reckless logging, it had fallen to just 1/4. So the government made a simple offer: replant native trees on your land and we'll pay you for it. The result? In just 25 years, the forests grew back to cover more than half the country again. 25 years. If this happened on a global scale, restored forests could absorb 2/3 of the carbon currently in the atmosphere. You probably know Morocco, a country that once depended on oil and gas for nearly all of its energy. Now, it's built the world's largest solar power plant, supplying over 40% of residential electricity from solar energy alone. By 2050, Morocco is projected to shift from a country that imports energy to one that exports it. And the Netherlands, a tiny country, and yet the 2nd largest food exporter in the world. Their farmers spent decades maximizing yield per square meter. In just 2 generations, they increased output by 10 times. Less water, fewer pesticides, less fertilizer, significantly lower carbon emissions. If the rest of the world followed their model, we could produce enough food without destroying a single additional forest. So let's bring it all together. Earth is currently in the middle of the 6th mass extinction. Not because of an asteroid, because of us. We've cut the forests, emptied the oceans, and poisoned the air, destroying in 100 or 200 years the balance Earth maintained for 10,000. If scientists' projections hold, by around 2100, most of this planet will no longer be fit for human life. But here's what I want you to hear. I didn't make this video to scare you. The fishermen of Palau proved it. The forests of Costa Rica proved it. The solar panels of Morocco proved it. Nature recovers if we stop. Scientists say that if we act, truly act, starting now, Earth can return to a wild, thriving state within 100 years. This isn't about saving the planet, it's about saving ourselves. The answer already exists. The only question is whether we choose it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. If you found today's video valuable, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more than you'd think. That's all for today.